Hello, YouTube, and I'm back, and I'm going to basically give my thoughts and opinions on the new Cats trailer that just came out. So I guess spoilers if you haven't seen the trailer, but my first impression was confusion, kind of cringiness, and just kind of being like, yeah, this is not going to go the way I thought it would. Now, when they first announced the cast of this movie, I was like, this is stunt casting. Maybe except for Jennifer Hudson, considering, she can actually sing. I was just confused because the main attraction to me of this musical is the choreography and dancing. Now, if you haven't seen Cats, there is a playlist on YouTube of the musical. It was recorded on Broadway, and it was put out, I think, in the late 90s or whatever. And it's basically, obviously, a musical on Broadway that opened in the 80s. It's Andrew Lloyd Webber. It was one of the first longest running Broadway musicals. I know the original production closed in 2001, and they recently revived it in the past few years, and now it's on tour. So it's a very popular musical, of course, and I can see why they would want to make a movie, but then I was trying to visualize a Cats movie in my brain, and it couldn't come to fruition. Now, if I could give a positive, the set design looks good. Everything is bigger than the Cats, so I guess they achieved that. My only thing is I wish they went with practical instead of CGI because, like I said, the main attraction to me for the show, of course, I think the songs are great. I like this musical. I know that's probably an unpopular opinion, but that's just me. And their choreography is great. No one can deny that. If you hate the music, at least give the choreography some credit because there's some great, fantastic, dancing in this show and dancers. But to me in the trailer, when they show off some of the dancing parts, especially with the white cat named Victoria, it looks too staticky. It looks too computerized, obviously because of CGI. And to me, it's hard to try to take away the memory. That's no pun intended, I'm sorry. But the memory of the stage and musical, of the smooth choreography, actual people dancing in actual costumes and makeup. I just wish they put on actual makeup, make them look like cats at the very least. We know they're humans inside cat suits. But if you can do that on stage, you could do that in film. It's not that hard. And it seems like they put a lot of money into this, considering how it looks. Like I said, the set design looks great. And of course, the CGI, I think, costs way more than makeup. And it looks like the actual actors are not in their costumes. So that makes it even more confusing with the dancing, and their faces don't seem to really be centered. Now, this could be an early cut. It could look better by December. We all know in these trailers, the CGI is not always up to par, but then again, you are presenting this to the public for everyone to see, and you want to have, everything, all together and looking great. And already, people were kind of, look at the casting and knowing this musical, people were already kind of side-eyeing it, and now they're making fun of it on Twitter, and of course that's going to happen. But from just this trailer alone, maybe it'll look better in the future. I don't know. But just based on this trailer alone, I don't like it. And as for the singing, of course, Jennifer Hudson, she's playing Gretzabella, the one who sings Memory. In my mind, no one can surpass Elaine Page, who played Gretzabella on Broadway, and is a very popular musical theater person. And to me, she's the pinnacle of that role in that song. And I love Jennifer Hudson. I loved her since Dreamgirls and American Idol. But just the way they had it playing in the trailer, it sounded really weird. And I'm like, okay, this is the same guy who directed Les Mis. And I'm like, that whole singing live on sets and having the emotions come through, I get what he was trying to do. That worked for Les Mis, where people are suffering and crying and people are going through a lot of tragic stuff in that show. So it makes sense to have the camera close up on, Anne Hathaway crying her eyes out and, sniffling because of what she went through. And the same thing with every other character in that movie. Even though Samantha Barks, who played Ebony in Les Mis, can actually sing, having her sing the way she does in Les Mis makes sense. And Cats is a fantastical, very, I'll say weird, fantastical story, dreamlike, nursery rhyme, children. It's just out there. So I would say combine the two, like have live and studio come in and out and kind of really, mesh it together. I think it will sound better. And as for, like I said, the dancing looks staticky. Now they do have Andy Breckenbluer, who did do, In the Heights, Hamilton. He did the revival of Cats. So I'm happy that they have people behind the scenes who at least, are involved with the show. Obviously, Andrew Lloyd Webber is behind it also. But as a movie and looking at it right now, it's not looking good. Like I said, the CGI can probably would improve. I just don't understand why. And plus, the costumes themselves look awkward, like they're all wearing like fur jackets. It is very uncanny valley. And people always complain about Robert Zemeckis, and I think he could have. If you had to do it this way, I feel like he could have probably done a better job with mixing the CGI and all that weird stuff. But yeah, it's not positive for me, even though I'm probably one of the few who actually legitimately, unashamedly love, I don't want to say love, but like this musical. It's not one of my top favorites, but it's, it's one of the ones I enjoy casually. So what are your thoughts on this trailer? Leave your comments down below, and bye, YouTube.